Hey guys, what's up? Okay, early in the morning here. Had to get up, couldn't sleep. So I thought I'd do a video. There you go. Half asleep person here trying to do a video. This ought to be interesting. Before I really get started, I want to give a big shout out to Martini Time 1975. I'll link to him down here. He just got his partnership a day or two, a couple days ago. So everybody go over and give him a big thumbs up on that. Seems like a pretty good guy. He's got some good videos too, so check him out. Thank you to all my subs. I did go over 1,000, and that's great. I never thought I'd get that much, but I do appreciate that big time for everybody who watches my channel. So must be doing something right, so we're going to keep going. So thank you guys all for that. Everybody's seen these videos out here, you know, why Glock, Glock not, anything but Glock, only Glock, my cock's a Glock, my cocky Glock, whatever, you know. You get the gist. Everybody's got one of these out here, so I thought I'd address this a little bit and give a little bit and give my insight on it a little bit. You know, first thing right off the bat, I like all guns. You know, so do I have a favorite? Yeah. I got a favorite in my collection. Y'all seen it. In my personal collection, my favorite is my Walther PPK because it was my dad's. It's sentimental. So that's my favorite one in my collection. And I even said in that video, it's not my favorite one to shoot or the one that I carry or anything. We'll get to that shortly. And I said we'd get to it, and we're going to. But everybody has their favorite, you know. As a general rule, everybody has their favorite type of firearm, whether it be a revolver or an auto, a Glock, a SIG, a Springfield, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do a little bit of a comparison between three here and give you some ideas on it, and let you know where I'm coming from on it. And we'll start, since we're talking about Glocks. The name of this video is Why Glock, Glock Not, Whatever. And here's why. This is a Glock 27. It is a subcompact 40 caliber. Okay, this actually belongs to my wife. It's her pistol. Okay, so let's just take some looks at this thing here. I don't have anything to prop it with. Use a battery. Let's see if that helps. Well, shit, no. Alright, anyway. But it's a Glock 27. Okay, and it's a standard Glock. First off, is it ugly? Well, let's do some comparison. Is it ugly to a sexy-looking 1911 or a SIG or something? In my opinion, hell yeah, it's ugly. It looks like a mud fence in a rainstorm. Hell, I mean, the thing's got to sneak up on a magazine of ammo just to get loaded. All right. Once it is loaded, though, is it reliable? Hell yes. Is it dependable? Hell yes. Is it durable? Hell yes. Since its inception in the 1980s, it's proved that time and time again. Is it simple? Yes. Is it accurate? Yes. Is it worth the quality that you get? Well, in this area, this particular firearm, the 27, the 26, the 17, the 19, the 22, the 23, and even the 30, run anywhere between $500 and $575, depending on where you buy it from, as a general rule. Is it worth $525? I think so. I think it's a good value for $525. You find that and you're wanting a good little pistol, it's great. This happens to be a 27, so it's great for conceal, and you can be about 99% sure that it's going to fire every time you need it to fire. And everybody's seen the Tommy Lee Jones movie. What was that? U.S. Marshals. You know, you can pour sand in them, you can shoot them underwater. Well, you can technically fire any gun underwater. I wouldn't, but all of them will fire at least once underwater. But they shoot. They're dependable. They proved it over time. All right. Is it my favorite firearm? Hell no. Is it the best pistol on earth? In my opinion, no. It has some things about it that I don't care for. But as a general rule, it's a good piece. Let's do a comparison to this. And all of these have been unloaded and checked. I'm not going through that shit for the safety sallies. Just trust me, they're not loaded. They're good to go. This is an XD. This is a Springfield Armory XD40 subcompact. It's also chambered in .40 caliber. Okay. All right. Is it ugly? In my opinion, compared to this, nope, it's not. Is it the prettiest? But you know, compare it to a sexy 1911 or a Sig, you know, it's not as ugly as this, but it's not as pretty as them. So, is it ugly? I'm gonna say, well, no. Is it dependable? Hell yes. Is it reliable? Hell yes. Is it durable? Hell yes. As much as the Glock? In my opinion, yes. It does not have that reputation yet because it hasn't been out as long as the Glock. The Glocks have been out since the 1980s. These haven't yet. But since its inception, and since it was released out, it's proved itself over and over again. It is proved, in my opinion, everything that I've seen on it, my personal experience with it, it is just as reliable as this. No ifs, ands, or buts, hands down. Is it worth the quality? Is the quality worth what you pay for? This firearm runs between about $475 and $550 in this area, depending on where you buy it from. So for $500, is it worth it? Hell yes, it's worth it. Okay? Is it my favorite pistol? Is it my favorite firearm to shoot? No, it's not. Okay? But let's do a quick comparison with this. This one compared to the Glock. Okay? I'll take a good look at where this thing comes down. The back strap comes down on the back of your hand. Okay? Comes down almost halfway to the meaty part of your hand. Okay? Glock, up a little bit higher. Okay? Does not have as much stability, in my opinion, up here as this does. Okay? This hand grip is wider here than this one is. Now, from my understanding on the next generation Glocks, they fixed that, but I don't have one of those. We're doing this one. This one feels better in your hand than this one does. This has about 1/8 of an inch to 3/16 of an inch higher bore axis than this Glock does. Okay? Does that make a difference? Fuck no. Anybody who tells you differently is fucking lying to you. It does not matter in how it shoots. It does not matter in the accuracy of the weapon, and it does not matter on the recoil. The recoil on this firearm is less than the recoil on this firearm. Period. I think it has something to do with the weight, maybe the spring weight. We've changed the spring weight out in this one. Didn't seem to make much of a difference. This one does not have as much recoil as this one. It just does not. Sighting of the firearms. This one, anywhere between 50 and 75 feet, tends to sight better for me. Here's why. The sights on this firearm seem to line up more of an old school type of a lineup. I was taught, you know, aim at 6 o'clock to shoot center mass. Excuse me. This one seems to do that a lot better than this one. This one seems to be more straight on target. Now, if you're used to firing this firearm, or you're used to firing on target or on center mast, it will take you time to get used to the way this one shoots. There's a guy out there that everybody knows who it is. I'm not saying any names because I love the guy's videos, and he's got a great channel. But he's huge Glock, Glock this, Glock that, Glock, 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 and it's not the running the desert guy either. When he first did a review of this one, I thought it was a bullshit interview because he made out like this was a substandard pistol of this one in every way. And I don't believe that it is. I thought it was a BS video. Second one that he did, he was a little bit more magnanimous toward it, but still, you know, he's pro Glock, and that's fine. Don't get me wrong, that's fine. But we're going to get to that here in a minute. But so if you're used to the way this one sights, it's going to take you some time to get used to the way this one sights. Okay. Is this one better than this? No. Is this one better than this? No. Is one of them better or more dependable than the other one? In my opinion, no. This one has the reputation because it's been around for almost 30 years. Since this one has been out, it's proved itself. In 10 years, it'll have the same reputation, no doubt in my mind. Okay, let's move on. This is a Sig Sauer 229R, actually, for rail. It is a standard Sig 229. It's chambered in .40 caliber. Okay, is it a pretty gun? I think so. I think it's gorgeous. Is it dependable? Has been for me. Is it reliable? Has been for me. Is it durable? Has been for me. Is it worth the money? Well, let's take a look at that. This thing runs, and this one has night sights. This firearm cost me right about $725. Generally speaking, one without night sights runs about $650 in this area, and it depends, kind of fluctuates up and down. All honesty, it's probably a tad bit overpriced. Not because of the quality or the workmanship of the firearm, but because you're talking $700 for a standard firearm, you're pushing it. But $625, is it worth it? Hell, yes. In every manner, fashion, and form, it's worth it. Is it better than these two? Quality-wise, workmanship-wise, it's a lot more intricate. Is it more dependable than these two? I don't think so. Is it as dependable as these two? Absolutely. In every way, in my opinion, no doubt. Is it my favorite firearm? Well, everybody knows I'm a SIG guy. Yes, it is. I am more accurate with this than I am anything else I own. This one has a tendency to shoot a little high, okay? Or rather a little low. You have to aim a little high. I've had to get used to that. You can change the rear sights on that, but since I got night sights, I have not changed it. I've just gotten used to it. Okay? So, what I'm getting at here is this, especially new gun owners. Don't automatically settle into one type of a firearm. If you got a buddy that is a pro Glock guy and everything else sucks if it's not Glock, don't necessarily take his opinion. Now, don't get me wrong, again, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with Glock. In fact, I like the finish on the Glock slide better than I do either one of these two. Okay? It's got polygonal barreling. I don't see that that's an advantage. Okay? It's a little easier to clean maybe, but it's not any more accurate than standard rifling. Not in my opinion. I've not noticed it. Is it an advantage? I don't know. It's a technology that's different. There's other companies that make them. HKs use polygonal barreling, but you know it kind of restricts you if you have cheap ammo. You know, there it is. But these will feed anything you want. The big plus of these two is they'll eat anything you put through it. This does not like quantity critical defense ammo. And we got back. Pete did a video on this ammo not too long ago. He talked about cone-shaped personal defense ammo. This don't like it. These don't generally care. There's a big plus to these if you're going to carry. But this, with Powerball, it has no problems. He mentioned there's a Remington out that comes up and it's more rounded before it steps off. It's not cone-shaped. I'm going to look into that. The way that I judge that is this. If you pull the slide back and you let that slide go easily, it should feed easily. If it snags or hangs up, you may have a feed issue with that particular round. This does that on critical defense. Actually, it even jammed with it. I don't like it. But I've used Powerball, and it doesn't. Not one time, not one bit. And I've shot probably 100 Powerballs through it. And it's when it works perfect. So, I know Coke Man's got a video out there of a tactical SIG 220. Had all kinds of trouble with it. I think he just got a bad one. But now I've also heard that those 220s, the tactical version of those 220s, have issues. Maybe a standard 220 doesn't. Wish that hadn't happened to him, but I don't think that's bad I don't think you should deem all SIGs by one firearm. I got a friend of mine that had a Glock. No matter what he did to it, it jammed. Left, right, up, and down. And now he won't own a Glock. He got a bad one. That's all there is to it. He changed the springs, he changed the mags, he changed the barrel. It didn't matter. It just jacked up on him. Okay? I fired it. Jacked up on me, so he wasn't lip wrestling. He just got a bad firearm. So, and Glock didn't replace it. So they were just like SIG. He sent it in. They said it was fine. It was the type of ammo he was using. So I don't know. So there you go. So what I'm saying is don't judge all firearms by one that you get. And don't be just pro one because somebody else is, or don't be just one because somebody else is. Okay? This firearm is every bit as good as this one, which is every bit as good as this one, in my opinion, as far as durability and reliability and shootability. Just your opinion. Or just my opinion, rather, on that. Anyway, I'm out of time. I got to go. And remember, hop over, talk to Martini Time. And again, thanks, everybody. I'm over 1,000, so we'll see where she goes from here. Appreciate it, guys. Later.